Ooh, hello Stomp. Hello Manavan. Dude, your tag is so cursed. You gotta change it, dude. Hey guys, notification gang, welcome. All right. I don't know how. Just Google how to change Twitch username. It'll come up. I hate you and you're evil, but also have fun coaching Leica. Is Leica Quagsire? I don't know my password. Dude, forget password. These are solvable problems. Just insane behavior, man. All right, let me... Where is he? Did I add the lurk emote? Did I ever do that? Hold up. I might be stupid. Did I... Hold up. Hold up. Did I ever add that emote? I did. Okay, I did. I was like, wait a minute. Did I forget to put this in? We're good. We're good. No panicking. No panicking. Oh, also, I fixed my audio. Ictus, can you check YouTube and tell me if you hear the music? Because I thought it wasn't going through yesterday, and it's not supposed to hear the music. So let me know. Because if it is, I'm gonna explode. You're coaching with you today or tomorrow? I can't remember. I don't see them on my calendar. Unless I'm insane. Oh no, it's later tonight. Never mind, I found it. No music. Yes, and you guys hear music right now, right? Like on Twitch. You're woo. Let's go. Thank God I have ads. You know more sticky sub. Someone give Sesvian a sub right now. She always has to listen to me speak. Punish her. Okay. The other thing we're going to talk about real quick is we have two controllers to talk about. we have two controllers to talk about. Okay. So number one is I am going to begin relearning how to play on box. This is a bubble box. This is from Max Toothbrush. This was his extra one that he had that he gave to me. So I'm going to be practicing relearning this, which will be fun. But that'll probably be a little bit after Evo, once I have a little more free time. And until then, shoutouts to Taco for finding me the greatest deal on a controller. It is called the PXN P5 Pro or some shit. This thing cost $20. But it has everything, which is insane. It has Hall Effect TMR sticks. It has the back paddles. It was easy to remove the rumble to reduce the weight. I can recalibrate it in an app. It has everything, and it's $20. It's the sticks themselves, like these, the like grippy is like kind of cheap, but I can probably just replace those. But this shit's crazy, and it is legitimately good. It's legitimately good. And then the other thing is it has the trigger stops, but the trigger stops were the one thing that were kind of cheap. So what I did is I literally took some adhesive foam and jammed it in there so that they don't unlock anymore, because when I would hit the side of it, it would unlock. So that should work. If it doesn't work, then we just put more foam in, or I just super glue it later. It's insane that this controller is good and costs $20. It has the most complicated mechanism I've ever seen for a D-pad, but it's a completely digital D-pad also. Each D-pad button has like this little stick thing. That was the only part that was really annoying to put back together, but I was kind of impressed. It was like really over-engineered. But yeah, it costs $20. The controller feels amazing. The app is really good, like really, really good. It might be the best app I've seen. The calibration isn't like the craziest, but like it's enough. I can't believe this controller is real. Yeah, Stomp, I played you on it. When we were playing was when I noticed the trigger issue. So like part of the game was me looking at my controller being like, what is happening? Hashtag sponsored. I wish this controller is awesome. But yeah, that's not the case today.
It's
Raven King.
good.
Hello, how we doing? Let me lower that a little bit. Oh, I love this song. This is a throwback. All right, let me do a little warm up. I haven't touched my controller today.
Maple. Training.
Do my prep for Evo. Good, good. Reminder, guys, if anyone wants coaching before Evo, please go schedule and DM me. Oh, 1 second. So his rivals finals at Evo? No, it's Saturday night. Saturday night. Yeah, it'll be the closer for Saturday. Yeah, 2xKO is going to be the opener, I believe. I think that's how they're doing it. Yeah, the only thing, so like this is basically just like an Xbox clone, but like the plastic just feels a little cheaper, but like the actual feel of the controller is really nice. And the sticks are, they're the strangest feeling sticks I've ever used in like a good way. Like they feel really good. I've never felt ones like this. It's very strange. I'm like adjusting to it still, but it doesn't feel like my fob or like anything else or my GC Ultimate. It's very different. It might be like a slightly different modified version. Oh, weird affectionate, yeah. The PXN one you showed yesterday, the ABXY, I like. They are a little bit on the smaller side for the buttons. So like, let me go back to my full cam. They're a little bit on the smaller side. But the actual like button press feel, it's membrane to make sure that you guys know, but it definitely feels good still. The membranes that they use in this controller are like flatter, so they kind of have like a bump to the press on everything, which feels kind of nice. It's kind of like fake clicky, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's membrane with a little bit of feedback. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So I'm actually really impressed. The only thing I wasn't able to do was get the octagon gate set up because they have like a proprietary thing for their gate, but I might try to commission someone to 3D print it. So that might be fun. It's short travel, not clicky. They're completely Hall effect, so you just shorten them. it's completely magnet. There's actually no button that's being pressed on the trigger, which is really nice. Yeah. But yeah, I emailed them about the gate, and they were like, yeah, we don't make anything like that. Yeah, Hall effect is really nice. $20 is remotely usable. Dude, in this day and age, the whole thing with like these controllers is they're essentially just clones. This is just an Xbox clone using like similar molds that the same factories use. We just live in a day and age where like this shit is incredibly affordable. They're just cutting costs on the quality of the plastic on everything else. The plastic is incredibly cheap. That's all it is. And as long as it doesn't fucking break in my hands after 2 weeks, like that's the real test, is if it like explodes in my hands. Yeah. Yeah, the same notches don't work. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I bought the I don't know if the can you link me the ones that you can buy for the Elite? Because I can just look at like the way they place in, because if it's the extreme rate ones, then they don't fit. Because that's what I tried. The Z curse will activate. Yeah. Oh, my agenda is not updated. I don't feel like fixing that. No, today it's Quagsire and Bravo. Is it not in the title? I swear I put it in the title. Hold up. Did I not hit save? Oh, I just put Evo coaching. Quagsire into Bravo. It's on the YouTube one. Thank you. Can't hear the voice of the person coaching. I'm not coaching anyone yet. I'm just talking to chat. I'm talking to Twitch chat. Don't worry, Cisco. Thank you though. We're gonna be starting here in just a minute. It's those ones. It's the streamer ones. Yeah. Well, Quagsire, the Pokemon. Yeah, they are a Pokemon. Yeah. Agenda. Oh, hey, thanks, Ictus. Look at my mods being useful. Let's go. That's what I pay you guys for. You guys love hitting therapy. I'm glad you like it. It's one of my favorite videos ever. Yeah, you totally get paid. Yeah, you do. Yep.
Training mode.
All right, let's get Quagsire in here.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
Have fun, Thedium. Good luck.
The Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run.
I wasn't
baby.
the
Love
one.
Mets. Let's go, Mets.
I wasn't in one nurse stream. Whoa, fake nurse fan. Yikes, dude. That's yikes, dude. That's fucking yikes. No, I'm with Ictus on this. All right, let's get Quagsire here. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are we doing?
Well, oh, I didn't realize it showed my profile picture.
Oh yeah, it'll have your little guy on screen. I love it. Is that Jetpack Cat?
and him.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. How are you doing today, bud?
Doing well. By the way, I'm that man in the van. I'm too lazy, man. All right.
Oh, that's you, right? I keep forgetting that's you. Dude, recover your password. What are you doing?
It's because I'm too lazy. And every time I'm like, oh, I have motivation. I'm like, I could be playing video games instead.
You're living your best life, bud. All right. Here's your room code. Tell me a little bit about you. Tell me about your background in other competitive games before this. If you've ever gotten coaching before, what region you're from, all that cool stuff.
Hi, I'm Quagsire. I came from Ultimate. I was an Ultimate Yoshi. I know.
Ooh.
It's such a cool and fun
Ooh,
character.
no, I love Yoshi. I'm with you on that.
5 seconds.
Not the stinky old gamer. That's crazy like this.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I played Ultimate Yoshi. I'm from Colorado.
Mhm.
Afterglow. I did
Yes.
Afterglow VGCB stream actually.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's super sick. I heard Afterglow went very well.
It went beautifully. Beasley cooked all our asses.
That's how that
your
goes.
right.
Yeah, that checks out. All right.
We actually have a 13-year-old named Dio
Oh,
M.
yes, I'm familiar with
from
Arthi. Yes,
yeah, he almost won actually,
that
but
kid's
we had
nuts.
the kid's nuts, but the stinky old players had for some reason had a rule from 2023 letting coaching be allowed.
Oh, so who
And
coached
we had
Beasley?
no one.
Oh,
We
okay.
did. We had someone was just coaching Arthur the entire time, and
That's awesome.
I just looked at the TL. I'm like, "Is this legal?" He nodded. Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, well."
I mean, hey, we take those, right?
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. Have you ever gotten coaching before?
Yes. Way back in my ultimate days, and then I healed, and now I play this game full time.
Take my stinky sub.
Okay. So, what made you want to get coaching?
I wanted to do something before Evo because this is like my dream tournament. I want to do well in it.
Mm-hmm. What are some things that you're
I'm
aware
se-
of that you struggle with as a player?
I notice my jump habit too much. You'll notice it immediately. I jump out of disadvantage, and it comes from my ultimate Yoshi brain. And I know it every time. And every time, I'm like, I need to stop this. I just don't.
Okay.
That's
So
the main one.
jumping is like your big issue, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what are some of the matchups that you're comfortable in?
Comfortable. Everything that's not floaty, to be honest. Floaties are just not my place right now as a Rano.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Let's play a couple games, see what you're doing, and then we'll go from there. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Maple. Merchant Port. Ready? Go!
Nice.
I'll throw it there. Whoopsie.
Oops, that's okay.
Whoops. Oh well. I should toss it there. Let's see.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you. Oh.
Game!
We'll do one more game before I say anything.
Sounds good.
Choose your rival. Raster! Metal Graveyard.
Yes, they're interesting.
Ready? Go!
Nice. Do sweet spot ledge.
Good.
I should have reverse faired you there, Wesley. I can't wait for this speech one. Reverse. Oh god, this game.
That was awesome.
Nice. Ooh, I don't like this situation. Oh well.
Ooh.
Oh no, I didn't do it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game!
Okay. How did those games feel for you?
Felt close, but I just had some sloppy mistakes here and there.
Yeah. What are some of the mistakes that you made that you're aware of?
Edge guarding, especially that where you just
Choose
got that
your
kill.
rival.
I should have thrown out a preventable back air, and you would have died there. You
Yep.
only had like 3 jumps left.
Yeah, there were a lot of times where like you were just foregoing grabbing ledge, like as a whole was like a very missing part of your gameplay. On the other side also, another thing that I really want to talk about is just like the idea of like why we jump and like how we jump. You're definitely right that like when you don't know what to do, you default to just like press jump and like figure it out. And what I definitely want you to think about is like you can do that, but if you are gonna jump, you actually have to be like prepared to swing or prepared to like move quickly. Because we don't have like a defensive option if you jump, because jumping isn't inherently bad, because you can jump and just use more forward air, but like it's not something that you like use like a sword. Like you're not jumping back and reacting. So what you can use, oh, are you still there? Oh, I think they disconnected. Oh no. Their PC crashed. Okay, we'll take a minute, we'll take a minute. All right, chat, it's just me and you. You guys like the peeled pull? Rano Erasure. Ah, yes. Is there no music right now? It's just quiet. Average Rivals 2 session. Hey, Corn Cycle, how you doing, bud? One second, I was texting things. Could just be me. Refresh your stream. Hold up. There's music, it's just very quiet. Hey, Cyan. It was just me. Yeah, like if I turn this up, like you hear it, right? You guys hear it now, right? Like to be 100% sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. I want to see peeled pull. We might see more of it. I saw Glob, you're here. What's up, dude? Benny, how we doing? And yeah, don't worry, we're gonna talk about needles.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're so fine, dude. Such is the life.
Alright, about jumping.
Yeah, so jumping. So like if we want to jump, we need to actually like be prepared to swing. So there's a concept that I want to talk about, which is called a reactionary window. Okay. And the idea of this is that you exit someone's burst range with the purpose of taking a moment to let your opponent choose what they're gonna do next and reacting accordingly, or based on like how you feel in that moment. So once you back up and like exit, or you're just at the edge of their burst range, you could respond aggressively by swinging or meeting them in the middle, something of that nature. You could go and like, what's the word I want to use? You could use a defensive option like shielding, floor hugging, parrying, spot dodging, rolling, all that stuff. Or you can move again. So for example, you can, the way you would set this up is like jumping backwards with the purpose of like actually reacting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think you're trying too hard to like anticipate, or trying too hard to think about what is the right thing to do. And that's the mistake. We have to stop trying to do the right thing. We need to just focus on the context of what's happening in the game. Because a lot of the problems you could just be solving with forward air. The flip side of this, though, is that you can also do this by just dashing back. And your dash back is one of the best in the game. And it also gives you access to something really important, which you're not using at all right now, which is needles. You're not using needles at all. The big thing with needles is they're kind of a lot like throwing egg. It just goes in a straight line. What it does, like egg more than anything, sometimes you'll get like a combo off an egg if someone does something like really, really bad. But it's usually like you're hitting them for the next button that they press, unless you get like the really, really gnarly ones, right? Where you're like catching their defensive option or them swinging.
Right.
What we're doing with needle is kind of the same thing. Where what it is it's a disruptor. The goal is to just like disrupt their flow. And it's not just like throw needle as much as you can. It's just like, hey, you don't throw it as much as you physically can. There's limitations to it. And you kind of have to choose where you're putting the needle, whether you're going to jump and do it, whether you're going to throw it just on the ground, things like that. there's balance to it. And so the idea is to just like what you could do is kind of put these concepts together. Like you can back up out like comfortably outside of someone's burst range, throw a single needle, and observe what they're gonna do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The next thing I kind of want to talk about is a concept that's really common for a lot of players, especially coming from Ultimate, which is multitasking. What this is recognizing that we can be doing an action like a tilt, or moving and floor hugging at the same time. This is something that you're inconsistent with, and I definitely recognize that, where like the faster I played, the worse you got at it because you were getting overwhelmed. And the big thing that we need to be doing is like, so for example, let's say you're gonna like back up and like you would try to like do an up tilt, right? I would hit you in like the second half of your up tilt and you wouldn't be floor hugging. And so what that means is that you are most likely holding the up tilt too long when you're inputting it, or you're just not pressing down quick enough. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you play tilt stick?
Yeah, I play tilt stick.
Okay, so a really important thing to remember is like if you look at your control sticks, imagine like an equator going across the middle. If either of your sticks are above that, you cannot floor hug. You can't ASCI down. That makes sense?
Right.
So once you up tilt, you make sure you hit that up tilt, let go of the stick, let it reset the center, and already be buffering holding down on the left stick. That makes sense?
Right, definitely.
Because there's no punishment to doing it. That's the cool part. It's like you can just always do that when you do an up tilt. It's like up and down. And just make sure you're doing that. And just make sure you're not holding the button when you're doing it. Because that doesn't make it hit harder. Make sense?
Yeah, that's also another thing I used to do in Ultimate with I always have my up stick ready. So that way, as soon as I got my up tilt, I would have a medium.
You're trying to up air, yeah. Yep. Yep. The last thing I kind of want to talk about before we do another game is the idea of like finishing your combos. Rano is a character in this game amongst a lot of the other strong characters where when you hit one of your starters, you can kind of choose what the finisher is. Especially at these like mid to mid high percents. Do you want to hit somebody up? Do you want to hit somebody out? Or sometimes at low enough percents, you can hit them back down with like a spike, right? And the big thing you want to keep in mind is the idea that you can control that. It's your choice. And against different characters, we can do different things. And against different players, we can do different things. If somebody has like a really bad air dodge habit, we can hit and put them up and bait them to waste that air dodge and juggle them really hard. But then there are certain characters where it's like, yeah, when we're fighting Maple, we want to be ending our combos on forward air or sweet spot back air or like a smash or something, not with up air. Because her landing is not something that's difficult at all. But her recovery, that's where she's weak. That makes sense?
Right.
And that's the kind of thing we need to be thinking about. It's like, you want to finish your meal. And if that just means you just go down tilt fair and then you just run and you go and you pressure, that's fine too. But we definitely need to not just be up airing and like looking for more all the time. Keep it simple. The classic keep it simple stupid like acronym, it is very real with this character. We can do lots of cool stuff like Durai in the right times. That makes sense?
Yeah.
The temptation is very real though, and we just have to balance that and temper it. Make sense?
Oh, yeah, every time I watch a dry stream, I just want to do this to everyone.
Yeah, I wish I could do that all the time. And we're not Durai, and we can't be him. You are definitely much more on like the patience side. And we definitely need to like simplify some of our stuff.
I'm more of a godly sad face.
You the Chud Godly versus the Chad Durai. The secret is they're both camping.
Ready? Go!
There you go. Oops. Yes, almost. There you go.
Oh, I held too long, whoopsie.
Oops. See there, it's like you need to be holding down. If you grab there, you're not able to floor hug. There you go. Good floor hug. That was better.
Oh, I think. Oh. Oh, I tried to get spike box there. Whoopsie.
Did you try to attack that?
Yeah, I did. I will always try to tech even though I might, even though it might not happen. I did have on fair there. Oh.
So you saw there, it's like what you did is like you were too fixated on hitting me, and there's that layer of like multitasking that you're missing, where it's like you went to go hit me, but you didn't account for like, but what if I miss?
Choose
Or
your
what
right.
if I get hit first? What I want you to think about is like we need to like actively be multitasking is the idea of like I'm gonna try to hit you, but I'm also primed in case you hit me here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I think like that's the part that you're really, really missing is that layer of like multitasking where you're too focused on just like, I want to do X. I want to do Y. And it's not about what you want to do. It's very much the context. And what I want you to think about is like, if you don't know what to do, you need to let the game tell you what to do. You need to play the game more organically. I think a lot of times you're trying too hard to like make a play instead of taking the time to just like focus on like what is actually happening so that you can get a good answer and let it happen. Because you had a moment there where you finally hit me and got control, and then you just went for a read that you did not have to do. That makes sense.
It does.
And I think that's the big thing. It's just being honest with yourself where it's like you don't have to make plays like that. Especially in last hit moments. It's really something that you don't need to force yourself to do. I think you're getting tempted by like the pressure instead of looking at things more logically. That makes sense?
I totally agree. God damn it, I said the words.
Oh, I said it. It's okay. Give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. I was just dealing with
Public
seating
chat
stuff.
or too silly. I love that's why I like y'all.
Hey, Godly.
Oh hi Godly.
It's me, Timu Godly. Love it. Okay, well, let's do another one. And what I want you to really focus on is like two things. Why am I swinging? And am I prepared to get hit even while I'm swinging? Because that is like a big part of the game, especially at low percent. Is like what I want you to be thinking about is like trying to prioritize picking good fights, not just doing what we want. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do another one. We're gonna do. What's the matchup you're the most comfortable in? Like you feel like you have the most experience in?
Zetter, sadly.
Zetter burn.
I played too many Zetters online at this point.
Microbore in
Perfect.
harbor. go!
And you see, it's like you keep going towards me, trying to challenge me, but you're not respecting, like, oh, I can just hit you. And so you're getting caught while you're moving or while you're pressing a button, right? That's the thing. It's ask yourself, why did I get hit also? And understanding that it's your fault. That makes sense?
Yes.
And that's okay. Like, that's going to happen. But the idea is, like, understanding that it's like that dash dance you're doing is not actually outside my burst range. That's the problem. There you were ready there, but you got scared and held shield. Where had you swung again there, that would have been really, really good. Uh-oh. Ooh, not good DI.
No.
Remember I said you gotta prime to get hit, to get grabbed. We need to really be aware of it. You have to get your DI early. There you go. There you go. Nice. There you go. You can get it. No.
Oh,
All you do is grab ledge there. You panicked when you got up on accident. That's okay. Finish it. Nope. That's okay. There you go.
I feel crazy there.
There you go. Oops. Oops. Yeah. That was me messing up a little bit there. That's okay. Let's talk about that game. Because I think that had some really good moments where you had the right understanding of, like, you were primed to floor hug, but you're defaulting to, like, shielding when you floor hug. Which is a really common habit, again, from a lot of people coming from ult. Where you're getting uncomfortable, and then you're just defaulting to, like, I'm scared, I'm gonna shield. And on the flip side of that, it's like a lot of times we're kind of trying to prime as if we're going to have to arms attack. And you don't have to do that unless a move is going to be able to knock you down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so the big thing is, like, how familiar are you with, like, your tumble percents? Like, your own knockdowns?
For my own character or for the rest of the cast?
For Rano.
For Rano, I'm very comfortable with those.
Okay. So let's do a quick little quiz then. Around what percent does your down tilt knockdown?
Around, like, I believe on Zebra it's around 52-ish.
Okay, let's check. 48. So that's really close though. So that's good. That's really, really good. Yeah. The big thing now is, like, we need to get a better understanding of our opponent's knockdowns.
I think Zedder Dare starts at like 31-ish for Crumple at least. For knockdown, and Crumple's at 0. I don't know. Fair.
Forward air is the big one that's really important, right? Forward air knocks down at around 25 for everybody.
Dang.
But that's only the sweet spot. The sour spot doesn't knock down until 67. And that's the late number. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, there are some other moves that are really important to look at, to, like, internalize and be aware of. Like, down tilt has 2 separate hitboxes as well, where it's 32 and then 60 for the sour spot. And the big thing that's important is, like, the tipper is the strong one, the hand, right? Where the arm is the inside hit is the bad one. So, for example, something that you can utilize is like if you kind of like when you're fighting Clarin, like you can wave dash like into or like run into the salary spot. Does that make sense?
Right.
But then there are also some moves like F tilt where there's like a multi-hit involved. And so like F tilt 1 doesn't knock down until like 100 plus, or it's like 80 to 100. Then hit 2 is 32 to 41. So if you only get hit by the first one, then you're all good.
Interesting.
Now the big thing is like recognizing the thresholds and the windows where you don't have to really be scared. The one thing that Zetterburn has as like an X factor is specifically his dash attack because of the way Gatling works, where he can cancel it. And so if he goes for the Gatling, we can like floor hug like or DI out, and it can like not combo at certain times. Or if we like floor hug shield if they do it too slow. That makes sense.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that he also can just grab you, right? Those are the two big ones. But dash attack itself also has a knockdown, where the early hit is 34 to 43, and then the late hit of it is 60 to 74. And so in that like sub 30, he like doesn't have a knockdown, besides like actually grabbing you or just hitting you with up strong or gatling you, because it's not true. Does that make sense?
Yes.
On the flip side, also, the big thing, of course, is down air. Down air is the other really scary one where, like, we're not really looking at the, we can't floor hug it, so the knockdown doesn't really matter. But what we need to be careful about is, like, trying to not get ourselves hit by it or, like, getting stuck against it unshield. And then the last move we want to talk about is Shine. Do you know when Shine knocks down?
It's too high for percent to care about.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty much like 150 plus is, like, when we start to care. And have to be a little more careful, like 150, 160-ish. And so until then, you can always just hold down if you're anticipating Shine. The big thing we need to think about is like when we get to hold down. And so this goes back to the thing we talked about with like multitasking, right? We really want to focus on the idea of... One second, sorry. We want to focus on the idea of trying to abuse when we get to floor hug if they're opting for Shine or like unsafe tilts. Okay. So an example of like how often you can floor hug. Did you know you could floor hug during shield release?
What?
So for example, if you get down aired on shield and you're like, okay, they're gonna Shine, but I'm not comfortable enough to parry it. But let's say you're at like 40, right? You just let go of shield and hold down. And don't spot dodge, but like hold down, and you're buffering ASGI down. And the way I can show you like how this works as well is like, just like how you can do that in like a tilt, as long as the stick is center, it works the same way. So for example, if I taunt and hold down, go ahead and just hit me. See, I'm floor hugging, right? And so it's like we can do that while doing other actions as long as we don't have an input. But the same idea with like as I let go of shield, you get to do that. And so the whole idea is like you just release shield, and as you let go of shield, you just hold down. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
Okay, interesting.
And so this is a really good way to deal with this, because on the other side, someone in chat just mentioned, if you try to grab, right, and you get hit by a non-tumbling move, it will beat floor hug. That makes sense?
Yes. Also, I have a the nice thing about my control setup is that I don't have to worry about spot dodge.
Yes.
Because I use right stick.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
So
exactly. Yep, so you can just do that easily. You won't be able to mess it up. And that's perfect. So, like, utilizing things like that, where, like, when you're in a scenario where you're not sure if you get to punish something, or let's say a character is doing, like, aerial into jab, then what we can do is opt to do things like let go of shield and floor hug, that button that they do next. Like, let's say I do, like, forward air into, like, down tilt, right? If you're at too low a percent where it doesn't knock you down, then you can purposely floor hug it and then punish him. Or another thing you really don't utilize is doing floor hug into dash back. So for example, go ahead and down tilt me. You could just buffer a dash back when you floor hug successfully. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so this is a way to disengage in a lot of scenarios if you're not comfortable. Like, there are going to be lots of scenarios where you miss out on getting to punish something, and that's totally part of the game. We have to acknowledge our own like hesitation or lack thereof awareness, right? And so we need to not only know how to fight back so we can be more confident, but be aware of when we're not ready to fight back. Because I think that is a really common issue that people have, is like they focus too much on like, I always have to hit you back. And the key is like knowing when you can't. Very importantly, like a big one that you're really struggling with right now is like out of shield safety. I can definitely tell that you have the habit of like both the characters you play are like, well, I get to nair out of most things out of shield, but not everything. And so when something comes that you can't nair, you're like, oh shoot, what do I do here? And the thing that I want you to think about is like, if you can't punish A, we look for B. And if we can't look for B, we look for C. The big thing is just like going to the next step. And the way I want you to think about it is like, we need to be willing to recognize like, okay, I'm going to get hit on shield here. And then what we need to understand is like, what is available next? Like, what kind of mix-ups do they have? And the big thing is if ultimately they just opt for like going to do like aerial into grabbing you, well, then you really got called out. And that's probably a sign that we're shielding too much. That makes sense?
Right.
And so there's lots of little things that we can take from these interactions. But the key word with all of this and like what we want to be internalizing is kind of what I mentioned earlier, which is we need to recognize when things are our fault. And it's like, oh, I'm running forward into this. I'm the one running up and shielding. I'm dashing in and getting hit. And I think you are definitely someone that's just getting caught doing too much. What I want you to think about is like the base game plan I give every single one of my students is playing to not get hit to find hits. We need to learn how to not get hit before we learn how to hit people. That makes sense?
Yes.
And I think you're too caught up in how do I hit people instead of how do I make it harder for them to hit me? Because they're gonna hit you, but we need to learn how to make it harder. And the way we move and the way we swing impacts that dramatically. And so being aware of why we're in certain positions and what we can and can't do, that's the kind of thing we need to internalize. That makes sense?
Yeah, I definitely need to internalize that.
Something you can do to practice this, for example, is like whenever you lose a stock, there's a really good exercise you can do where you just kind of quiz yourself and go like, why did I die? Why did I get hit by this? And it's like, okay, I got hit by up strong out of shield from Zetterburn because, and it was like, oh, I did a really unsafe back air on shield and didn't fast fall it. Why did I not fast fall it? Why did I do that back air? And it was like, oh, I was trying to read what they were going to do out of shield. And it's like, oh, I probably just shouldn't have challenged them here. And if I was going to hit their shield, I should have like spaced it and like been more mindful instead of thinking about trying to hit them. And then boom, we learned a lesson very quickly in that moment. That makes sense. And it could just be as simple as like, I went for a swing that I just shouldn't have and got hard whip punished. And it can be that simple. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Any questions?
Pizza time. Oddball
No, I also have one fun fact. Who do you think I played when the first game came out? You are gonna laugh your ass off. Think of another character with a broken nair in this game.
Did you play Fleet?
No, I played Arcane.
Oh, yeah. I was close. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's play another one. Good. Good retreat. I like that. Yeah, but you see, there's like you jumped forward. I want you to think like, if you want space, get space and take a moment. You don't need to go faster just because I'm playing fast. Make sure you're holding down.
He like reaches through platform.
Yours does too. There you go. Good movement. Yes.
Why did not give me? I think I did stuff. Hang on there, whoopsie. Why did I die there? I got too over greedy with my back air. Why did you do that? Because I saw him off stage. Oh, that's not fun, huh?
There you go. Good. Oh my god. Oh, grab ledge. Yes.
Guess we fought ledge.
See, there's like you tried to punish when you can't there, right? Because I spaced that forward air and fell. Hold down.
I forgot about shield our whoopsie.
You have a very common habit that a lot of people who played Yoshi actually have, which is you do the correct DI but the wrong drift. So what ends up happening is that you DI like out of a combo, right? And then you wiggle out and you're like, I'm gonna drift back in it and like immediately do something. So obviously a big one would be like swinging with something like your nair or like your fair, but this ends up manifesting into like you picking your recovery really quickly as well. This is a really, really big issue in your disadvantage. And what I want you to think about is like when we get hit and it's like, okay, I'm getting hit, we're taking an L, right? And the idea is just, how do I make that L smaller, right? And sometimes it's just, how do I not die? And I think that's what you should be thinking about more. And it's just like trying to get to the wall, playing for teching and things like that, instead of just like, how do I recover faster? How do I like hit them back? How do I get like my turn? And it's like, it's not about that. It's about making it like finding your way out of disadvantage, like organically. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And sometimes that means you got to go to the pipe. You got to go to the ledge. You got to then find your way to the wall and climb the wall and work your way through that instead of just, well, I just want to dare and fair you back. And I think you're trying to force your way out of the problems way too much. And again, like, as someone who also played Yoshi for many years in Smash 4, I had to unlearn this too. It's really tempting to be like, okay, I get to swing now, and now I'm going to try to knowledge check you. Do you know I can swing? And it's like, they do. And once they show you that they do, it's like, okay, I don't get to do that anymore, right? It's like, I can't rely on that. It needs to be a mix-up, not the default. And it's fine to skill check somebody and beat people just because they don't respect it. But once they start respecting it, as you're noticing, every game we're playing, you're getting punished harder and harder for it, right?
Right.
And that's because I'm comfortable with it. I'm seeing like, okay, this is higher and higher on my mental stack because you keep doing it. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. How are we feeling right now?
Like I have a lot to learn in the week before Evo.
Let's talk about Evo a little bit, because the thing is, the reality is like we can't learn all this before Evo. But the things we can focus on are the things that are in our control, which are the choices we make and the things we're paying attention to. What we can definitely do to practice and like prepare for like when we're going to play at Evo is focusing on narration, which is just like saying what you see. You're really good at like saying what you learned. And the focus is like on that, which is awesome. But as you're playing, if you don't know what to do, just start narrating what you see the opponent doing. Because I think you have a good knack for understanding like, oh, I get to hit you here. But I think you're too eager to try to make something happen instead of letting things happen. And so like that moment when you like rotated around me and then found your turn on the last stage we were on, Tempest, like that was awesome. And it's like you should, and it doesn't mean just go to the high plat, but the idea is like you saw me come towards you and then you backed up and then you went to the plat and you rotated around and then you caught me chasing you for just a little bit too long and you got your turn. And it's like, that's the idea. That's where Rano like really thrives. And again, plays to your strengths as a player. Again, this isn't me saying just go and run to the plat every time, but the idea is like, if you're in a position where it's like, okay, they can't immediately hit me unreactably, I don't have to move in this moment. I can just charge needles and like, what do you want to do? And figure it out. Instead of like, well, dash dancing is good, so we're gonna dash dance at each other, and then you get smacked in the middle of your dash dance because you're thinking too hard about what to do. Less is more. Because you have a good idea of like your good moves, but you're struggling to find when you actually get to hit them.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the big thing I want you to think about. Let's do 1 or 2 more, okay?
Sounds good.
Jodai Delta. Ready? Go!
Like there, you did everything right, and then you just dashed too much.
I had to bring them. Not crouching enough.
And see, it's like you're jumping towards me, but then you're not swinging, and you're just like getting stuck back in shield, right? Where you're not hitting my shield.
I thought that was I could punch that.
No, no.
Nice.
Thank you. There you go. There you go. Nice. There we go. See, it was just simple. You just found a dash attack and then forwarded and forwarded again. It doesn't have to be complicated. Good DI.
I also played this guy for a second, actually, so I know all of his DI off the top of my head.
Nice. That's good.
Oh. Ooh. I got 2 anti there.
Yep. 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 And it's like, it's those moments like that where you just like go for these like really hard reads. And it's like, that's the moment you have to be like, okay, I really want to hit you right now, but I don't know how to hit you. And that's okay. But I have to like stop and not let myself go for like this crazy read. We need to have justification behind that. And in that moment, you know, you saw me dash dancing a lot, but you didn't like build up to it. You just ripped it. And you went for something that was like very, very like, if I miss this, I die. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's important to have the confidence to make those reads, but we need to build up to that and understand that like all reads is like justified decisions. But like it's just the idea of like, oh, I've observed you do X like 5, 6, 7 times, whatever. So now I'm prepared. It's higher on my mental stack. That makes sense?
Right. The entire game, I just felt like I was a fish out of water because I felt like I wasn't swinging as much. I felt like...
Yeah. The thing that we want to do is just like, if they're in that space, man, be a little belligerent and throw out forward air. Like, that move is good. And I think you should have more confidence in throwing out forward air and like doing retreating back air and things like that. And I think that's kind of like the piece that's missing is the idea of like, I just want to hit you, or I need to like cover myself with a really safe move. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And especially it's like if the opponent's coming towards you, you don't need to be scared to do it. We're running a little low on time here. So what I want you to do is, in your own words, I want you to recap what we've gone over today, what you've internalized.
One, simplicity is going to be key. Like holding ledge, holding down is also very important, especially if you know the move is not going to knock down a while. And also being comfortable to jump away and just confidently throw a move that you know will hold that space safely. So don't go for a very unsafe move.
Yep. What else?
Don't be uncomfortable. Don't have confidence before you make hard read as well. Before you make any hard reads.
Yep. Yeah, we have to build up to it. And the last big one is multitasking. We got to multitask floor hugging more while we're doing things and not be scared and like floor hug shield. We have to be more aware of like when we get to hit people back and be able to floor hug grab, floor hug F tilt, floor hug up tilt, even floor hug down tilt when we're at those mid percents. But those early percents, we got to be more confident in floor hugging and reversaling in ways that are actually effective. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any final questions?
Not really. I think I'm definitely gonna sign up though for monthly coaching.
Hell yeah. I look forward to it. If you have any other questions, feel free to just shoot me a DM. All right, bud?
Sounds beautiful.
Awesome. All right. I will see you later, my friend.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Woohoo! One down. They hit you with that renovation into eviction true combo. Dude, that's what they did to me in Denver. Fuck that, man. That pissed me off. Z coaching when? Go sign up on my website, Mr. Godly. You can sign up right there at zeeksports.coach and go and register for a coaching session. It's that easy. And if you're subbed on Twitch, which I see that you're not, it's actually heavily discounted for you. My water bill is 1K. Oh, there's a leak. Oh, that's so fucked. I wouldn't pay it and got hit with the fattest eviction notice of all time. Yep, that's just how it goes. Yeah. Wow, so cool. Yeah, man. After Gommel, you should take one before Gommel. Just saying. Tusley got me for coaching. Oh, did you win that tournament thing they did? I won't have the money for Gommel if I do. Oh, surely the community can help. Oh, you did? Nice. Yeah, just let them know to reach out to me and we'll get that figured out for you. That's awesome. I have words I can't say here. Yeah, dude, fuck landlords, man. I will say my landlord here has been amazing. We had an electrical issue going on here with a breaker that kept popping. And the literal next day after she came here, she brought an electrician to fix it, and he replaced the breakers and reinstalled it correctly. Because what I assumed, which was that they were connecting multiple lines to one breaker, was the problem. So super pumped. Very happy with my landlord so far. Very, very happy with that. So fingers crossed that trend continues. She's awesome. But yeah, good, very, very good sign. Okay, let me get ready for this next session here. We're gonna have Bravo, who is another Smash Ultimate player who's been transitioning over to try learn more rivals, which has been really cool. A little scummy but helpful, at least. He responds by issues fast, gets people off Craigs. I mean, whatever, yeah. If they are doing a good enough job, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I'm not expecting to get new shit all the time. In the world we live in now, it's fucked up. Ultimate being the plat fighter gateway drug. Yep. Well, he's been playing since Smash 4, actually. I've coached him for a very long time. You're gonna take the CEO's plunge? Yeah, it's expensive. I don't blame you for feeling that way. I definitely will not be attending CEO, but I hope you have fun, my friend. It gets fixed, that's all I care about. Yep, exactly. I don't care if it's Joe Schmo. I just need it done in my house and I'll explode. I need to be able to live in my house. Times are rough, yeah. No, everybody's feeling it. Most landlords are evil, but not every one of them is. It's kind of like cops. You really shouldn't trust them at face value, but if they prove that they're not like scum of the earth, that's fine. That's good, but they got to prove it. That's just unfortunately the way it works. Okay. Wednesday and Thursday we had a really bad storm tornado warning. I guess you were lucky. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, that's nice that they were cleaning it. The prison's okay. Yeah, that's right, Awesome Nick. That's right. Don't ever put your full faith in anyone. Hello.
Yo.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How's
Busy
everything
day
with you?
today?
Kinda. My AC went out.
Dude, mine did the other day too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's bad. The heat wave's rough.
Brother, like it happened 2 weeks ago, and the whole unit just like took a dump. So I paid like, dude, 15K, 15 big ones, and then I paid for it, and then this week that unit has an issue. Luckily, it's like pretty simple to fix.
Oh my god, my nightmares. Yeah. Thankfully for me, it was electrical, not the actual air conditioner. So I feel for you, man.
Oh yeah, man. I was not prepared to let go of that one. Like, but here we are.
No, been there. Welcome. Yeah, another reminder that we're getting older.
I'm telling you, I'm involuntarily losing weight here.
Yeah,
just sweating it out. So,
dude, who would have thought it'd be that easy, right?
I'm telling you.
All right, my friend. So how has learning Rivals been for you?
Rivals. So of course I come from that like Smash background. So Rivals feels like I have the freedom to move the way that I feel like I should be moving in any platform fighter. So I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I went back and watched like some lore videos on all of Rivals.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, let me just check out like why are these characters here and who could I look forward to coming, and so I did the whole all of Rivals lore. Pretty amused with it. And then I was playing Arcane, learning a little bit of Arcane. I don't know, maybe I'm not a fan of like not having disjoints to an extent. So I was like, all right, man, I'm not like much of a brawler, so I've been playing a lot of Forsburn.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm disappointing in myself because in every game I pick the character with like top 10 worst recoveries. I don't understand why I do this to myself. Like Crom is so good till he's off stage.
Yep.
So, it's been cool though. I think a lot of like I want to use this to ask just a couple questions that I've been having, and like as we play, because like I think I'm gonna get the gameplay of it down. It's just like some interactions that I am just like, how do I get out of some situations, or obviously like I know positioning feels a little different for me in this game of getting to the position.
Yep.
But like, okay, this opponent's mashing. Like Olympia's running at me at 1,000,000 miles an hour, right? And like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like those situations. Olympia, Zetterburn, like it feels like they're pressing all these buttons, and like I don't care what anybody says. Like Zetterburn's down there is a war crime. I've gotten hit from like a unit or two away, and I'm like, I'm still getting hit. I'm above him and getting hit, and I'm like,
yep.
I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, good move. It's a good move.
yeah. It's been really fun though. Just a few frustrations with like for instance, like if I am getting shined, like okay, like am I floor hugging matching, or how to DI? And then a big one is ledge. Like I do not understand how ledge works.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kills me because I'm big on like ledge trapping and corner trapping in this game, and it feels like I think I have to play at like a much further range, like playing more at center stage to respect invincibility frames. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. I think it's something with grabbing the ledge and their timing from there.
Let me go ahead and I'm gonna screen share and just go over a couple of these things with you that comes with the ledge, because there are a couple of rules with how it works, and I can also send you a video that you can watch later. One of our community members, Corn Cycle, made a really good video about like how ledge refreshing like functions with like all the characters. And just like goes really in depth with the invincibility. So I would definitely watch this, but to give you some like baseline stuff to understand is, so number one, when you grab ledge, like you have the limited time invincibility like we're familiar with, just like ultimate, we have the same get up options and things like that, but we also have a special get up that we can choose to do. And then with Forsburn, you can choose which one of the clones you are. So you can hold in and be the one that's in, or you can not hold press anything and be that one, or you can hold out and be that one.
Tracking.
Then the big thing is like ledge refreshing. So like you have a limited number of ledge grabs, which is 3 for the actual invincibility, as you see here. Now I'm no longer getting it, right?
Gotcha.
But if you touch the ground in any capacity and then grab, it refreshes that. So if you were to do a hack stash, that would count. That makes sense. Lots of characters have different ways to ledge refresh. As you see, Forsburn can use his teleport to then snap from above. Just like teleporting with characters in Ultimate, like Palutena, if you remember, could do that, where she could snap from above. Forsburn follows the same logic, where if he's below, it does not snap like that, right? Or if you ever come from above, it will never snap ledge. That makes sense?
Yep, tracking.
Then we have ledge dashing. So if you grab ledge...
This is where it gets me.
So this is very similar to Melee's ledge dash, where if you ledge dash, by drop jumping and doing this like immediately, you will get a little bit of invincibility, but the only thing you can do that's completely true, like invincible, is doing this into shield. If you try to press a button, you notice I'm not flashing anymore. And so you'll see there the blue goes away as soon as I'm actionable. But as you see, like we can go really far, right? And do stuff like that. But we also have what is a macro for ledge dashing. So you can do jump plus shield to do this, right? But as you see, I don't get any invincibility when I do this. So you can do the easy one, but you don't get invincibility. But if you do this one, you do get invincibility. That makes sense?
Yeah, okay. Now, is this invincibility that you get from jumping there contingent on how long you've already been holding the ledge?
Yes, you have to do it pretty much immediately, because you see it goes away and then
Okay.
Because if I wait and then I let go, see, I don't get any.
Yeah.
Because it's just drop jump. That's what it is. So you're essentially, there's carryover if you were to drop, which also applies to like if you do this, see that back air is invincible. I'm invincible while doing that.
Yeah, okay, yes.
That makes sense?
And, yeah, because I've been getting like people will drop and do like, let's just say nair while I'm recovering, and I'm like, I'm not even trading with you. I'm just getting smacked.
Yep.
Okay.
Those are like the biggest things with ledge. Get-ups themselves aren't particularly very good in this game compared to like ultimate stuff, where like drop jump is pretty much the big one because you get it like right away. You are able to act like pretty much buffer what you do off ledge, including ledge drop. And just like with ultimate, you can drop with your C stick, or you can drop with the left stick. And so you can press down or away to do this. But with your C stick, you can also buffer your get up. So you want to press it down or away to also like go. But as you see there, it's like you can press just away to back air.
Gotcha.
Because it inputs away and the A button. That makes sense. The other thing that's really cool is that you can press grab to drop from ledge completely neutrally. So if you want to do like a scar jump, yeah, so you can do really cool stuff with this and go out there and get really cool stuff. Make sense?
Yeah. Oh, I write it down. Cause I was doing it and I was trying to like get that like forward air, and I was, but I'm doing like back, forward.
Oh yeah, Lucas, I'm excited.
Back again, so I can turn around and get the forward air, but I can just be doing Z there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then what you can do is you can press Z, and then like with wall jumping, it's just holding towards the stage and then pressing jump. If you leave the default setting instead of doing the smash one, which I encourage, to be honest with you. And so then you get to just maintain this very easily. So you can buffer the get up or the wall jump pretty much.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really important is in this game, you can regain wall jump. So if we're off stage, so let's say I go and I forward air somebody and then I go back to the wall. So if I were to go out like this, hit somebody and then side B it, I could then wall jump again because I hit them. So when you are hit or hit somebody with it not a projectile, you will not, you will regain wall jump.
Oh, okay, yep.
So this allows for like really extended wall play essentially. Yeah, someone in chat mentioned to me, if you air dodge to the ledge and snap it like you would in Ultimate, you do not get ledge invincibility. You see that?
Oh.
So this is something that's a lot weaker in this game because we're completely actionable from air dodge. Makes sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. There we
Thanks
go. Yeah,
for
see
the
that?
chat.
Yes, thank you, Leo. Oh yeah, also hitting somebody gives you one more ledge regrab as well. I forgot they added that too. So if you were at 3 and then you hit them and then go and regrab, it'll be your third one again. It'll -1 on the total.
Okay, gotcha. Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, the big thing with ledge is just really getting comfortable, just like number one, like grabbing the ledge. There are a couple really easy ways to do it. What you can do is run and turn around and shield, and you see we slide. We regain our we maintain our momentum when we do this. When we pivot into shield, in run specifically, right? And so what you do is you do that, and then the ledge cancels this, and you grab ledge. That makes sense.
Yep.
We also have just ledge dashing, like wave landing or wave dashing to ledge. The easy way to do this is to like dash and then do like a raw input and then do this. Forceman in particular has a really long dash and wave dash. So you can definitely do this from pretty far away. As well as you also just have, fast falling and grabbing ledge. There are a lot of different ways to do it. It follows the same rule as Smash, where if you're holding down, you can't grab ledge. So you'll see like the box here, like it's red during that initial fall. That means I can't grab ledge. Because that's my ledge grab box.
Yep, tracking.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched videos on how to grab ledge. I'm decently comfortable with it.
Good.
Yeah, just mostly the big thing was like, okay, opponents are getting off ledge, using this ledge dash, or attacking me, and I can't even.
And they're invincible. Yeah. So what you would have to do for a scenario like that is like run up and shield if it's unsafe, if it's like a rising aerial. So if they were to do like, Fortune was to do this from ledge, right? You could run up and you could parry them, or potentially floor hug the move, depending on the move, at the percent that you're at.
That makes sense.
Then I saw in the notes you talked about RAR. RAR is a little different in this game.
I looked it up.
Yeah. IRAR is harder. Yeah. You have to like go further into it. You technically can IRAR. It's like instant RAR like we would in Ultimate, but it's like a one frame window. So it's a lot harder to do.
Because you like actually have to get into run in this game, and I was like, oh, like I can't just like dash, back air.
Yeah,
like
what you would have to do instead of doing the dash is you'd have to dash into pivot to get an IRAR.
Gotcha.
So you'd have to, and it's what you can do What controller are you playing on?
GameCube.
Just normal GameCube, or is it like a GC Ultimate?
Nope, normal GameCube.
Okay. If you end up swapping to like a GC Ultimate or something like that in the future, there is an option for like setting a button, or if you have a button that you're not using too much, to something like a walk mod.
24 tips.
To then basically with walk mod you can guarantee pivots. That makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't personally play with it. I'm pretty comfortable with doing it without, but it's something that like it makes it easier. It also makes shield dropping easier too. Like it's a button that is very good, but only if you have enough buttons. That's the hard part. There are a lot of buttons we have to press in this game. Yeah. Then one of the easier ones is wiggling out. So wiggling out follows the same rule as melee. Is once you're actionable in tumble, you can press a single full pivot like direction, so like this, right?
Okay.
And then you're completely actionable from the tumble. So unlike in tumble where we had like rules in ultimate where it's like you couldn't fast fall, because you can wiggle out of it, you see I'm able to fast fall out of it. That makes sense.
So
you don't actually have to wiggle, it's just a single directional press to do that.
Okay.
Then DI. DI is a lot more complicated in this game, both survival and combo DI, because this game has dual stick DI, which Ultimate did not have. I'm gonna send you this video that's like a minute long. Just ignore the last part where he talks about just spawning and holding C-stick down. That is not in the game anymore. But just give that a watch over and let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, I will.
Hi, Chad. Thank you for signing up for coaching Quagsire. Yeah, like right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's literally a minute long, so you can watch it right now real quick. And thank you, Oddball, for signing up. Guys, make sure you go and do your, excuse me, you're scheduling Quagsire. You should schedule yours for after Evo. It might be like early-ish mid-July. Around sometime in the first week of July, I'm going to be taking some time off for my birthday because the sprint for Evo has been torture, and I need a break. So we'll do that real soon. Cool. But thank you so much for signing up, man. I look forward to it. This is a really goated segment for someone who wants to get an R2. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. This is just a lot of the basic stuff for people that understand things from Ultimate. Bravo is a very, very good player in Ultimate within their region. They bounce around a lot. They've been higher end in MDVA and NorCal in Ultimate, so they're a very, very talented individual. Oh. 40! Your brother? Hell yeah, do it. Yeah, you're welcome to. It's on the YouTube stream as well. Don't forget. Did you see it's gone? Okay. Oh, your name. Oh yeah, your name's better. Hey. Reminder, guys, if you are subbed, you get a very sizable discount for the coaching. And we have some more merch coming soon.
I missed the last, like, there it is. Okay, we're good.
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I saw some data online that was talking about moves that are actually like floor huggable too.
Yes. I can explain how it works to you. This is very different from like how moves work in Ultimates, where they have like set knockdown pretty much in Ultimate, right? Where it's like how safe when they become safe on hit. It's kind of the same idea, but it's about like when moves tumble through floor hug. So, for example, we'll use your back air here. This right here on my screen is the tumble percent, right? On back air, and this is on the sweet spot, the strong hit. So this is a threshold of 14 to 19. So that is weight based. So the heavier a character is, the later they get knocked down by moves, where a light character gets knocked down earlier.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
And this is the idea essentially, is getting an understanding of like when your moves personally knock down, and the thresholds for that becomes impactful, and then beginning to learn what the other characters' moves, like when they knock down, the really important ones. The couple rules that exist is most strongs, in quotations, beat floor hug. So something like your down strong, you see it's like 2 to 5%. So basically from 5% onwards, it just beats floor hug. It will force knockdown. So let me go ahead. I'm going to make a lobby here and show you kind of what this looks like in game.
Training mode.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it before and done it. I think the big part is like learning the percents, because I just found that website.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, like I'm like learning how to read it and whatnot, and understanding. But yeah, other characters and moves, and like for instance, like I could do that to Zetterburn Shine at low percent, right? And then like
yeah, so Zetterburn Shine is like a funny one where like I'll show you this. Like what percent, if you were to guess, do you think Zetterburn Shine would start knocking down?
Dude, I'm gonna give it like 40%.
You're gonna love this. Zetterburn's Shine does not knock down until 157 to 193. You can floor hug this for a very long time. That makes sense?
Yeah.
This is the thing that like moves will trick you, kind of like how an ultimate of like how strong a move is. That can be where how moves interact with floor hug is like where you kind of get tricked, and that's why you want to check these resources to internalize and like understand that.
Gotcha.
I sent you a room code, by the way, so hop in here.
I joined. This is a private lobby.
Yep.
Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Perfect. So the big thing to keep in mind is like when you get hit by something and you're now in the tumble percent, right, where the knockdown percent, what ends up happening from there is the idea that we kind of internalize is it creates like forced knockdown. It slams you onto the ground, which is what allows AMSA teching. Are you familiar with that?
Yep.
So the big thing with this is just kind of like understanding what that looks like and how that also acts, because that has its own rules as well. So what we're gonna do is just hit me to like 10% really quick.
Go!
Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I am going to taunt and then hold down, and that's gonna allow me to floor hug, and I want you to down strong me, okay?
All right.
Do you see? That knocks me down, right? So now what I want you to do is I'm still holding down. I want you to down tilt me. So while I'm still holding down and knockdown, it will continue to knock me down again. But if you were to do something like a jab to jab lock me, I could then pick a get up option. That makes sense?
Gotcha.
So this is really important to recognize for when your moves will knock down, to create forced knockdown to set up either tech traces or do something like jab locking or knock them down again to like maintain control. But the idea is that like throughout all that, when it knocks me down again, I can arms attack again as well. That makes sense? And so agency is maintained on both sides essentially during this, which is very unique in this game with knockdown. In previous match titles, when knockdown like that, you either just got hit and couldn't do anything, or if you like crouch cancel during that, you would then it'd stand up like you would in like melee. That makes sense?
Yep. Yeah.
The other thing that's really important to understand is the idea of how do I want to word this? The times where you can and can't floor hug, and like other things that beat floor hug. So grounded spikes, for example. So go ahead and hold down. Just beat floor hug. Okay, it puts you in that crumple state, that like flinch, right? Where you can't floor hug the next single hit. So for example, if I did this and then shined you immediately, you wouldn't be able to floor hug that shine. That makes sense?
Okay.
Or for example, if you did that spike, turn around and down tilted, you could do that, and as long as you do it quick enough when they're still in that crumple state. That makes sense? Or if you were to like dash attack. The other times that you can't floor hug is if you try to grab and you get hit by a non-tumbling move, so like a jab, which jabs never tumble, like the early jabs, like jab 3 can tumble. through floor hug, but the idea is like multi jabs and things like that never tumble. That makes sense.
So you said I can't grab if I'm floor hugging?
So you can't floor hug if you're grabbing. So if you try to grab, you would then get picked up at the trajectory that the jab hits. So for example, like Olympia's jab 2 actually hits like up and in. Okay. Olympia. So if you were to try to like shield grab while she was hitting her shield, and got hit by the jab 2, you would then get true comboed into the jab 3 because it would pull you in and like off the ground. That makes sense. It's like a very common scenario would be like if you were to go ahead and shield, would be like I do this and then bump bump bump. And so you can technically grab the jab 2 before the jab 3, but if you grabbed and I didn't delay, because I could one and like try to delay, or I could like mix up into a tilt and things like that, because you can also unlike ultimate, you can tilt cancel without hitting. Which is very unique. And so we have to be a little extra careful about people pressing more buttons in this. That makes sense.
Yep.
And then the last thing is when you've successfully been parried. So when you're the one in parry stun, same thing as like when you get spiked, the next single hit cannot be floor hugged. That makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that can like guarantee combo. So like if you were to like parry somebody and then down tilt them, they could DI it, but they can't floor hug it.
Okay.
And so floor hug is just ASCI down, similar to like Smash in that way. But crouch cancel is when you're successfully crouched, like hit me with a down tilt. There is a sound effect and a visual, that yellow arrows in the sound. That means you have crouch canceled. Crouch cancel, if you notice, so like if I taunt and then you hit me, it'll push me back, right? But if I crouch cancel and you hit me, it doesn't push me as far. There's a resistance that exists with that. It's essentially stronger floor hugging. That is when, like, crouch cancel is when it becomes like melee crouch cancel. That makes sense.
Okay.
So that's where it's a lot stronger. The big thing that's also unique to this game is when you successfully floor hug, or when you ASCI down a move in any capacity, you take 1.25 times more damage. So that is like the punishment. This is to make it so that the like scrapping times is reduced essentially during floor hug. That makes sense.
Yeah, huh.
It's actually awesome. It's like one of the coolest things they've added. But same thing where like if I'm down like this and you hit me with like a down tilt, right? I take increased damage because I'm trying to floor hug it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Trying to think. The best thing that you can definitely do, have you taken a chance, you know, you mentioned that you had found the drag down websites. There is a section here that has a lot of information, the mechanics. Have you read through this section yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, that is something I really encourage you to spend the time doing, just to understand what works the same and what doesn't from the game, and some of the keywords that are a little different. There's a lot, so it's kind of hard for me to run through like all of it, but that is like the best thing you can possibly do to get some base understanding of some of the mechanical side of the game. That makes sense?
Yeah, for sure.
The last thing to keep in mind is we can't angle our shield, but we can shield DI in this game. So for example, come up here and then come and nair my shield. So you see I can DI into it or nair my shield again. I can DI like away. You saw I was each tick I was drifting to the left. Like,
yeah, huh.
So you can do that, and this can help prevent you from getting let me roll the ledge. Go ahead and like hit me with a nair.
Oh,
yeah, you see, oh yeah, you see you jab me there and I went towards you, right? That's because I'm shield DIing, where if I don't do that, 1 second, we're just gonna wait for my shield to recover. Okay, so now go ahead and hit me. Go ahead and just down tilt me. You see it pushes me, right? So you get put into like that pratfall that you can wiggle out of. That makes sense.
Is that just you like holding a direction while shielding?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so it's like a slight hold. One of the things that's also cool in this game is if you don't want to accidentally get like roll or things like that, if you go to your controls and go to advanced controls, there's a lot of things you can tweak to be exactly how you want. For example, one of them being the roll setting. So what this means is that you won't get a roll input unless you pick which stick you want it to be, or if you want to only get roll when you double shield.
Okay.
And so like personally, I play with right stick roll, so that I can do things like shield DI easier. That makes sense.
That seems like a good setting to put in there. Yeah.
Yep. There's things like the suppressed dash attack too. That one's a little bit I don't recommend for Forsman because it kind of makes you buffer things a little weird out of dash instead. But for other characters, it can be really, really impactful. And then there are things like air parry and air grab. So like one I really recommend is like you can set your grab or parry button to be like a nair button. And so what that would be is like the equivalent of like, remember when we would do like diagonal C-stick to get nairs and get like full drift? This gives you a button to do that basically. So you can do full drift nair. It's a great thing to have access to personally. And you can do that with like a special button as well.
Okay.
Those are the big ones. Do you have any questions?
Nope. I mean, I think I'm gonna have some, but
yeah,
a lot of the fun of this game is like
the
exploration, the discovery.
Yeah, absolutely. The big thing I will say too is I super encourage you. In my Discord, there's the advice channel. If you ever have any questions about the game, highly encourage you to just ask in there. They will 100% give you the right answers. Okay. But let's go ahead, play a couple games, and kind of see what you're doing from there.
All right, let me turn off this.
Yes, I can end the stream for you.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it in 4K. Oh, you heading out?
Need a minute. Yeah, Don Cascone, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Discord.
Right,
I look forward to working with you. Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Go!
Oh, that's flow huggable.
So you have to full CC get up attacks.
Yep.
And that's only until like 40.
Oh. Yeah, that's new. You hit both. Oh. Okay, I could have wall jumped there.
The big thing is like you want to focus on getting to the wall. Teching is very generous in this game. You just have to press it earlier because you can basically buffer it, and then you can basically live a very long time once you touch the wall.
Gotcha. Oh, you can floor hug that?
Yeah, so you can always floor hug cape.
I didn't get back.
Nice, that was good. Nice.
Oh. I tried to ledge dash.
Yeah. I want to talk about a couple Forsburn things with you actually real quick, just to make sure you know these things. Okay. So
Choose your right.
the big thing is just like the functionality with like smoke and how he works in smoke. So most importantly is when you're in smoke, if you do any of your specials, there's no sound or anything for it. As you see there, I made clone without like any audio cue for it playing. The only thing that makes you visible in this is if you actually swing. If you like air dodge or anything like that, there's sound for it, but you see, you can't actually see me unless I like peek out, right? So like dash dancing, unless the camera's affected, you pretty much can't see it. So they can very quickly, like, if they have control of this, like, be able to do really aggressive options. The other thing is inhale. So the way inhale works is if you're within the space, you inhale, but if you want to use inhale but not absorb, you hold shield while you do it.
Oh.
So what's cool about it is that you can use it as a movement tool. This is something that's very fun because you can essentially like B reverse or wave bounce it. As well as if you've ever seen Rano has like his needle boost, you can do that too. Like this, yeah. As you see there, like I can wave bounce it. And so there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with this and utilize. The other thing is just how once you have the full charge, you have both combust and super clone, but you also have a smoke release, which just is a really great option to use. Then the last thing is just like clone and kind of how it functions. Clone is a little weird and has a couple different rules, but the big thing is when you use a clone, it spawns in attack. Okay, so it's going towards the opponent, but if you press it special again, it will retreat. And so you can use this to like mix up your opponent in really creative ways. But whenever it enters attack, he usually tends to jump when the opponent is like not on the same plane. So go ahead and like come down on the same plane as me. So because you're on the same plane as me, since he's in attack, he'll just dash. But you see, if I do this, it's like you can do really tricky movement with him. And all I'm doing is pressing B. It's all based on proximity. I'm not actually telling him to do anything. That makes sense.
Gotcha.
This also applies to super clone, but in a different way. He can attack, but based on proximity by pressing special. So once I get closer to you,
oh man,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. So that's how that works.
Out. I'm like, dude, my clone is not. I'm like seeing these like combo videos.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Like clone is putting in work here.
Yep.
But like my clone is just running at them. Okay.
So super clone is the one that can attack only.
Yep. Yeah, I'm tracking that.
As well as super clone pop is also buffed when you activate that. Yep. That makes sense.
Tracking. Yep.
So if you were to combo into the super clone pop, that is also very strong.
Yep.
And then combust is a oh god, what is the hitbox called? Basically, it's a circle that increases in size. And so the angle it hits your opponent is based on, like, imagine, like, 10 arrows, like, all releasing. It's kind of like Zetterburn's Shine, where, like, if you're on the upper half, it hits you, like, up, or up into the left, or up into the right. Combust works the same way. So if I combust and you're above me, so go ahead and go on the platform really quick. It will hit you up. You see that? Where if I am going to hit you from the side... it will hit you to the side. You see that? The thing that's really important to know is that the upper half, radial, thank you, chat. The upper half is technically slightly weaker to reduce you getting hit by, like, the equivalent of, like, rest from Jigglypuff. But it is still very strong. So, like, if you were to hit somebody with the up part, like here, at a really high percent, it might not kill. But if you hit them up here, it's just going to kill because it's so strong anyway. Omnidirectional is the word. Thank you so much, Hunter. So, yeah, it's all based on proximity. A lot of the things that he does, like, are based on, like, which side of him you're on. That makes sense? And so that's the same thing with, like, your down air. The front hitbox is not a spike, but it's still really strong, and then the back is a spike. So it's like a lot of the way Force Run works is like it's based on positioning. Same with like your down tilt has two different hitboxes that have different angles. That makes sense.
Yep.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, let's play another one.
Ready? Go!
Oh, I just switched that setting.
Oh, the roll.
Because I tried. Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, why didn't I get away there?
Yeah. So the other thing that you saw, smoke, means you're instantly actionable if you teleport into it, including the enemy smoke. Nice.
I'm trying. It's just like it takes me some time, honestly, when I'm playing this game to like get back into like how this character works.
Yes. Yeah, thankfully, Forsman is definitely one of the characters that's more on the simplistic side. So you don't need to overcomplicate what you're doing. Just kind of learn some of the simple stuff of like when your dash attack knocks down, things like your down tilt, and just like being comfortable just like grabbing and like throwing them off stage and then grabbing ledge quick enough.
Yeah. Nice.
And then like your up air is it's just clouds, but like tiny. Like it's literally just the same move. The big power is grabbing ledge, because then you get to do those refreshes, okay?
Gotcha.
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, and then your back air is it's just Fox back air from ultimate. Like it's the same move. It's that and like Cloud put together, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, that invincibility.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I thought I was gonna get on the stage from there too.
Yeah. Yeah, you hesitated just a little bit there. That was the big thing.
Choose your rival. Hyperborean Harbor. Ready? Go!
Oh.
You played Cloud when you were in MDVA, right?
For a very short period, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. So someone in my chat recognized you.
Yeah, I won a tournament playing Cloud, and then I dropped him afterwards.
I remember that.
Oh, that was a dash attack.
Hey, Big Z.
Oh, I didn't make it.
Yeah, you're just a little bit short there. Oh. Oh no. Nice. Oh, real quick, actually, I want to explain something. So if you TP into smoke, so let me just absorb this real quick. Above here, you're completely, like, actionable. But if you're grounded, you can, like, it actually puts you, like, on the ground. So you see this?
Oh,
like,
okay.
So if you were to, like, up B onto stage like this, and be on the stage, you are then able to just like immediately do a button. You want to make sure you don't mash your up B in those moments. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's restart.
Okay.
Go!
Oh, I didn't fast fall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that right stick also turns off air dodge or spot dodge too, which
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's gonna take me a second to get used to.
Yeah, that's one that I definitely really recommend getting a feel for. It's all preference though, so if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. But it's something that I personally like.
I figure I'll try it. Oh. Trying to wave dash out of shield.
Yep.
Please.
Yeah. Hold grab.
Nice. Oh, why down there, please?
Yeah, it's a little slower than you want. It's a little slower. Oops. Yeah. And you see a lot of times you're just trying to swing back. And reversals can be really good in this game. But it's very much contextual to like how and like where we're using them. It's very, very high context. Where we need to focus on the idea of like percents and like positioning, where a really fast move, something like your forward air, can be really good, but only if your opponent is like really doing something in a combo that's not true. Very similar to like narrowing out of things in Ultimate with like Fox in that way. But again, it's like depending on the character, you have to be very contextual with it. It's like kind of like shining out of it is actually a better way to compare it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Arcane. Dojo.
Well, that's cool.
All good?
Ready?
Yeah, we're good.
Go!
Yeah, so like for example, like your down tilt doesn't actually knock down until around like 50 on most characters. So you can press it as like a poke, but you have to be aware that they can floor hug it and get you back. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a move we want to be using less of. It's not actually as good of a poke.
Gotcha.
Just not until we get to that knockdown. Like at this percent, we can definitely start using down tilt. Nice.
Oh, I was just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice. Good arms tech. Nice. There we go. Yep, you get it.
I'm dead. That was such bad DI. And that puddle? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. In that moment, you could have tried to do a smoke trail and fall. I obviously could have come out, but that was definitely like the only option you had left there.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit's goofy. You can't floor hug bubbles.
I didn't try to. I was.
Oh, you were just yeah, you were just ghetto. Nice. There you go. Good.
Oh, couldn't use side B there, huh?
I'm not sure. I didn't see if it was on cooldown. The little indicator above your head on the bottom is your clone cooldown, by the way.
Yeah, I'm tracking. Oh, that bubble. Nice. Tried to dash shield.
Yeah, you want to parry. Because when you parry versus a projectile, it's frame 1 or 2, I think. I forget the number, but it's faster than actual like parrying a move. That makes sense.
Oh, no. When we were in the center of the stage there,
Yeah.
I dashed into a aerial.
Oh,
and I got hit
yes.
by it, and I tried to dash shield because I thought you were gonna aerial.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? The big thing to keep in mind is we also have Perfect Shield, which functions pretty much the same as Smash 4 did, where you can do any grounded option immediately from a Perfect Shield.
Okay.
So if you hear that sound effect when you shield, like at timing it, that's really generous. And then teching, the way teching works in this game differently from Ultimate is you tech before hit pause, so that being like before the hit lag of a move. So this is really important when you're like recovering or if you're like trying to arms attack. You essentially press it just before you get hit because it can buffer into it. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
So that's one of the things that's going to be one of the harder parts to adjust to. So things like late techs can be a little strange because of that, especially off stage. You don't play a character that like rides the stage to recover in the same way. But if you were to like side B to the wall and then do like a wall jump down B reverse and climb the wall, being prepared to tech in that moment is really, really important. That makes sense?
Okay, yep.
Awesome. These are all little things that you can set up in like training mode as well to kind of like get a feel for, as well as just practice doing on ranked. That is definitely like the bulk of it. Like I think where you'll get the most value right now is definitely just going and reading through the mechanics section on Dragdown and just familiarizing yourself with more of your character's knockdowns. I encourage you to just internalize the late number for the knockdown, the later one, and then if you're fighting a floatier character to just like minus a couple to kind of internalize that. But I definitely encourage you to just like memorize a couple one of those like breakpoints. The way Cake puts it is best is like as you reach higher percents, you unlock moves that like work how we want. You can still use something like back air because it'll push somebody back far enough in a floor hug and things like that. But when that back air actually knocks it down, that's when it becomes genuinely threatening because they can't just run up and floor hug it. That makes sense.
Yeah, same thing. I think I run into that the most with like F Smash.
Yes.
Like one, and I'm like, okay, like I pulled them in, but somehow I feel like I'm at disadvantage here.
Yeah, so if they floor hug, it's not good. Like that's the counterplay. That move never knocks down. That is very intentional. Is the cape swipe. But there was like the time you did it after you parried me, like that was perfect because I can't floor hug it. Right, if you do that, that's a great way to go about it. And another thing you can practice doing is just like at low percent when you floor hug something, you just floor hug down strong. Like start there and like get comfortable doing that, because it'll just win in most scenarios. Like we saw, like it beats your opponent floor hugging.
Yeah.
And then keeping in mind that we want to floor hug while we do other things. So if you're gonna jab, it's like jab and then hold down. Or if we're gonna F tilt and then hold down. But what you have to be mindful of is like if you look at your controller, imagine like an equator going across the stick. If either of your sticks is above that equator, you cannot ASDI down. So if you were to press up tilt and then hold down on the left stick, the right stick will also always override the ASDI input or like the SSDI input. And so what we want to do is prioritize making sure that we're not holding the tilt input. We're always just like flicking it and letting go so that we can continue to floor hug while we do other things.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I might come back to that one.
Yeah, that one's a lot harder. That one's a lot harder, but basically just the simplest way to think about it is you want to hold down while you do other things. So like if you're going to down tilt, keep holding down. If you're going to do like, let's say you are going to try to do an F cape, hold down like as you do that input, let go of the stick and then reset it to neutral and hold down.
Okay.
And like things like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any final questions for today?
Nope.
Okay. I think that's a good point to wrap up. Definitely just keep practicing these things. And like I said, spend the time reading over a little bit of drag down. Ask some questions in my Discord. They'll absolutely help you, as well as you can always DM me if you don't get a good answer. And just take your time with it. As per usual, like we've always talked about, like this game's hard. There's a lot of mechanics and things to learn. And just like slowly familiarize yourself so that you can see the mechanics. And once you see them and understand them, everything gets easier. But we got to be able to see it and utilize it and like understand functionally how they work. That makes sense?
Yep. Just I was telling my friends this because I'm taking this pretty casually. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. Over the summertime, I'm not traveling to any tournaments, so I'm like, this is something I could play at home and not rage at the online.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's really fun, so I figure like why not use a lesson, hang out, figure out a little new stuff about the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think that pretty much covers the bulk of what we want to talk about. Good luck with your air conditioner, my friend.
I have 5 fans.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for you. Drink lots of water. Get some liquid IV, bro.
Yep. Will do.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Peace.
All right, guys. That was fun.